Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So nectar of instruction verse 4 is about the 4 types of association. 6 types. Dadadi pratigrihnadi guhyamasyadi prichadi bhunte bhojade shaiva shadvita preeti lakshanam. Okay, so that's the 6 kind of association. Okay, I take 5th sloka onwards, I have the PPTs, but for this I'll take from database. Okay, so what are the 6 types of association?
Mataji, we can give gifts to the devotee and accept gifts from the accepting the gifts from the devotees, then
Yes.
revealing our mind, inquiring confidentially, then accept prasad and offer prasadam.
Yes. So dadadi pradigrihnadi, that is giving gifts, accepting gifts. Guhyam apyadi prichadi. This is the most important thing. That is, we have to reveal our mind and hear from them. Bhungte bhojade shaiva, giving prasadam, accepting prasadam, shadvita preeti lakshan. These are the 6 things which give us, which indicates association with devotees. Okay. So translation: offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one's mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasadam, offering prasadam are the 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee and another. Okay, so these are the 6 symptoms of love. So Prabhupada says the 6 kind of activities between the devotees is: one is giving charity, then is accepting charity, opening one's mind to devotees. Now, what do you mean by that? Opening your mind. Opening your one's mind to devotees and inquiring from them confidential. What is that actually?
Hare Krishna Mataji, like our devotee friends, like we should inquire them, like if they are senior, then we should inquire them how should like we can improve in our spirituality. And sometimes Mataji, we are also not feel good in spirituality, or due to our lower natures, then we can consult with our devotee friends, so they can help us not to waste time and again go back, come back in our devotion services or devotion life.
Yes. So, yes, Avik Prabhu, you want to add something?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, it is opening up our minds means we should open up our minds and disclose our secrets, what are our real issues to seniors only, or our guru. We must disclose our all secrets to guru. But we can mix with other devotees, friends, and lift them up spiritually. This we can do. But we must not disclose all secrets to all devotee friends. We must means a person who can help me, who is senior to me or who is guru, he can help me in progressing in spiritual life. We must disclose secrets only to them only.
Yes. Yes, very nice. Okay, so this is the main thing of like we have to, as Mataji also said, you have to inquire from them, like senior devotees, how are they doing, like how that devotee is able to do Mangalarati every day and get up at early morning and do japa and all that. Now that we can inquire from them how nice quality japa they do, because we see some devotees, they sit in one place, they complete 16 rounds and then get up, or they complete 16 rounds, then only will have sip of water. They have a vow that after completing 16 rounds only they'll have prasadam. Now all this is great vows. They doesn't take vows only for 2 or 3 days. They keep the vow. They maintain the vow. So how they are inspired, no? We want to know about them. Or Sman Mataji, she completed Bhagavatam reading. Now she's doing Chaitanya Charitamrita. So we should ask her, Mataji, how did you do that? Like, how is it possible for you to? So you can inquire confidentially from them and about service of the Lord. And what do you reveal? Open your mind to the devotees. If you have any problems in spiritual life or material, like any problems, your husband is not devotee, wife is not devotee, or somebody, parents are not supporting, like how to go over that, like, because there will be another Mataji who had the same situation. She also would have gone through the same situation. Her parents also were not Krishna conscious. And how she changed? I mean, how did she come up? So we get inspiration from them. So you reveal your mind, your problems to those who actually like a senior devotee or something like a mentor, and inquiring from them and honoring prasadam and giving prasadam. Yeah, definitely. Wherever devotee goes, especially in working place, no, even if there are other religious people, you can make some prasadam and then take away the tulsi and give it to them. Don't tell them it's prasadam. Just give them and they can share. So they are actually having prasadam only, like dry fruits or some kheer or something, sweets you can make, and then so that is giving prasadam. But accepting prasadam is to be done only with devotees. Okay, so these exchange has to be done with devotees. Non-devotees, you can give prasadam, but don't accept what they give, like non-prasadam thing. But then prasadam thing. So here, Guhyamakyadi Prichadi, Prabhupada says, an experienced devotee explains, an inexperienced devotee learns from this. This is called Guhyamakyadi Prichadi. When a devotee distributes prasadam, remnants of food offered to Krishna, in order to maintain a spirit of devotional service, we must accept this prasadam as Lord's grace received through pure devotees. And we should also invite pure devotees to our home. Like sometimes some grihasthas, they keep Sankirtan at home and they call all the devotees and they give prasadam. That's the best way to do. And respect them. Okay, so this is Bhukte Bhojate Cheva. So these 6 type of dealings is actually between devotees. Like Prabhupada was saying in lecture I heard, like one businessman will contact another businessman. And what will they talk seriously? About business only. They will not talk about the Bhagavad Gita there. So similarly, a devotee talks to another devotee seriously about devotional service, not about anything else. And I always feel Matajis can open their mind to Matajis only, Prabhus to Prabhus, because then they can relate easily and that intimacy will come. Otherwise, it's difficult. No, when you open with a Prabhu, the opposite gender, then it's little difficulty to express. But then a Mataji can openly communicate with another Mataji. And then you can get guidance. So this 6th kind of loving exchange should be there between devotees. That's why Prabhupada have started this ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Because initially Prabhupada didn't have a temple. So Prabhupada sat in Thompson Square Park and he did Kirtan. Then after that, they wanted to hear Bhagavad Gita. So they started coming to Prabhupada's room. But then not everyone were able to go there. And then Prabhupada's like, some place we should all meet together. So he thought about having a temple. And then the first, where was the first center opened? Anyone know?
Mata, New York.
Yeah, where? Where was that place? In New York.
It was matchless gift.
Yeah, matchless gift shop. That was in 22 Second Avenue. No?
Yeah, 22nd.
Yeah, 22 Second Avenue. Then still it's a Bhakti store shop is there. That's that matchless gift shop. It's still preserved there, and some devotees are working on Bhakti center there. Some Bhakti center is happening there. And because Prabhupada started there, it was just a storefront. Like there was a store and it was like a godown or something. It was a storefront. And Prabhupada took that, and that shop's name was Matchless Gift Shop. And then devotees are like, Prabhupada will change the name. And Prabhupada's like, no, here also we are selling the same thing. We are also selling the same matchless gift that Krishna consciousness cannot be matched with anything. So in that way, he gave this matchless gift of Krishna consciousness to all of us. So yes, okay. So these are the 6 kind of exchange between the devotees. And okay, so accepting prasadam and giving prasadam. So that is giving prasadam. That's why the food for life has come. That ISKCON has been giving food for, not food, just it's prasadam actually, to all the needy people. And also especially during the pandemic, where people were not allowed to go out and they didn't have anything to eat. ISKCON actually supplied so much of prasadam at that time. So it was karma-free food actually. And they all they will come to Krishna consciousness in one way or the other, in one life or the other. So we have to be careful. And while giving prasadam, like we should give to those who deserve it. And also we should give to everybody, but then it should be not be wasted. Like prasadam should not be wasted. And once Prabhupada, you know how Prabhupada started this Food for Life? What made Prabhupada start this Food for Life?
Mataji, one time Prabhupada in Vrindavan, he saw like some of the kids were snatching food from the like animals or dog. Then this idea came to his mind.
Yeah, it was like a garbage bin or something, and there was some waste thrown, and then some kids, dogs were actually trying to eat that remnants of food, and then the children, like the street kids, they also beggar kids, they also went there, and from where the dogs were eating, the same place kids also started eating, and tears were there in Prabhupada's eyes, and Prabhupada called the secretary and said, from this day onwards, 10 miles or 10 kilometers, 10 miles or something around the temple, any ISKCON temple, nobody should starve or nobody should sleep with hunger. And so the Khichdi Prasadam was distributed. Not every temple can afford it, because maintaining a temple also is very, very costly, and it should be maintained. And it's not every temple has so much income to be maintained. So that time they might not do the Food for Life, but then we have to actually do it. That's what Acharyas order, that nobody should go without prasadam who comes to temple. So it's very important. It's very powerful also. So that is what giving prasadam is very, very important. And the members, we have to inquire very confidentially about the method of performing devotional service, not any other gossip things. Oh, what happened to that Mataji? What happened to this Mataji? And nowadays, everyone is very interested in all that things. So many gossips, prajalpa happening. But actually, what to help us in Bhakti is to inquire about the confidential devotional service. You should ask that devotee how that person is doing devotional service. That nobody will inquire. They will just want to know what is happening bad in their life. So everyone is so happy to know something bad is happening in someone's life, but nobody is ready to help. Okay, so but then we should not be like that. We should try to help others. So first is we have to make our life successful. That is janma sarthakari karo paropakar. So we have to first make our life successful, then we have to preach or make others life successful. So here Krishna consciousness, the sixth way of exchange is facilitated in this ISKCON. Okay, so that's why the Prabhupada actually started also this movement for that. And also here it is said, Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadhika Banai, Shravanadi Shuddha Chitta Karayodai. Like the eternal Krishna Bhakti will not be got just like that. We have to hear, we have to purify. So hear from whom? Devotees, from seniors. Okay, Shravanam Kirtanam, it is said. The purification starts with Shravan. Okay, so these are 6 kinds of exchange. And mainly we have to know the Maha Mantra, which has to be given. Like what we have to hear, or we have to give the Maha Mantra to others. The Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So Krishna Prasadam and chanting. These 2 things will help the devotee to overcome all the anarthas. Okay, these are because it's a transcendental vibration. And so these are the 4 slokas which you have to memorize. Okay. What is the first sloka? Anyone memorize the first sloka?
Mataji, Vachu Vegam, Mansa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vedam, Udrapastha Vegam, Etan Vegan, Yo Vishaheta Dhira, Sarvam Apimam Prithvim Cha Shishyat.
Yes, very good. And so just tell the meaning a little bit in your own words.
This basically tell the quality of the spiritual master. Basically, one who can control the urge of anger, mind, and then tongue, genital, belly, can make the disciple all over the world.
Yes. Okay. Second sloka. Anyone else? Second. Atyahara Prayascha. The 6 things which destroy our bhakti.
Can I, Mataji?
Yes.
Atyahara Prayasascha Prajalpo Niyama Graha Janasangascha Lolyam Cha Shadbir Bhakti Vinishyati.
Okay. Then the meaning.
6 activities spoil the devotional service of a devotee, and they are overeating or over accumulating material things, over endeavoring, idle talk.
Yes.
Idle talk, and following too much following the spiritual rules or neglecting the rules, and association with non-devotee and greed for material things. All these
Yes.
activities spoil the devotional service.
Third sloka.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Sahanishya. Yes.
उत्साहानिश्चयात् धैर्यात् तत्तत् कर्म प्रवर्तनात् संगत्यागा शतुवृत्ते षड्भिर्भक्ति प्रसीद्यति. That means the six principles which are helpful to advance in devotional service. They are enthusiasm and confidence, patience, following the regulative principles, and then not associating with the non-devotees, and following the previous acharyas.
Yes. So these are the things. And the fourth one, anyone learned? The Dadi Pradignadi?
Yes, Mataji.
Ah.
ददाति प्रतिगृह्णाति गुह्यम् आख्याति प्रयच्छति भुङ्गते भोजते चैव षड्विधिं प्रीतिलक्ष्यम्.
Yes. So these are the four slokas to memorize. So here we saw, the first text was about, as Mataji said, controlling the six urges by Krishna consciousness. Then text 2 to 3 is about 6 favorable and unfavorable conditions, activities. Okay, favorable and unfavorable. Then text 4 was about the 6 kind of loving exchange between devotees. And text 4, then 5 and 6 is about attitude towards devotees. Like how do we, what are the 3 types of devotees?
Mataji, Kanishta,
Madhyama,
Kanishta, Madhyama,
Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama. Kanishtas are
neophyte devotees.
Neophyte devotees, like
they
categories
have
of Kanishtas.
Mataji, they have accepted the like Harinam initiation, but like and trying to chant the
they have
holy.
no strong
they are
faith
Madhyam.
in Krishna.
Not initiation. Kanishtas
Mataji,
are not taken initiation.
Mataji, Mahaprabhu explained in that he said that Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam. Kanishta who chants only once. So those are Kanishta. And Madhyam, like who continuously chant Hare Krishna. And the Uttam means if you just see them, you you feel like you are chanting Harinam.
Yes. So that is Kanishta, Madhyama and Uttama. So what are the 4 categories of Kanishtas?
Mataji, Atma Jigyasu Arthati Gyani.
Yes. Artho Jnani, so Arthati. So all that is Kanishtas actually. Okay, Kanishtas means they just chant the Hare Krishna once might be, and they have little faith on Krishna. So that is Kanishtas or neophytes. Madhyama is somebody who taken initiation and they do 4 things. What are the 4 things Madhyamadhikari does?
Worshipping that you
Yeah,
deities.
they love Krishna.
They are initiated.
Then
Maitri.
They have strong faith.
Yeah, Maitri, they have
They have
friendship
advanced
with
knowledge in
devotees.
scriptures, but they are not equal to pure devotees.
They are not.
We cannot argue. Prem, Maitri, Daya, and
They are unable to
Upeksha.
support their arguments like that of pure devotees.
Yes, good. Okay, so these are the 4 things. The Madhyamas, they can do Ishvara Tatta Dineshu, Parisheshu, Suja, Prema, Maitri, Krupa, Upeksha, Yatta, these are Madhyama. So 4 things they will do. That is, they love God, they do friendship with devotees, they preach to the innocent, or they are merciful to the innocent, and they ignore the atheist or envious people. So that's the 4 things. And Uttamadhikari is somebody who's a pure devotee, who always chants Shuddhanam. Okay, so these are the 3 kinds of devotee. Now, what are the attitude towards these devotees? Like, how do we respect these 3 kinds of devotees? That is stated in text number 5 to 6. Okay, so text number 7 onwards I have. Okay, 5 to 6 also I'll just take from database. So 5 to 6 talks about how we should deal with each category of devotees. Okay, so if you take Kanishtas, we can respect the Kanishta in our mind, because why? They're chanting the holy name at least. And Madhyama, if you see a Madhyama, what should we do? Somebody who taken initiation, what should we do? How do you respect
Pay obeisances.
obeisances? And what about an Uttamadhikari? Like Srila Prabhupada comes, then what should we do?
Mataji, we
Serve
should
him.
associate with them and
Serve
faithfully
and
serve.
associate.
You should serve them and try to take Odiya association or serve them. Yes. So what is text 5 saying is about how the 3 types of devotees should be honored. Vishmediyasya giritam manasandriyeta dikshashti chet pranatipischa bhajananta isham shushushaya bhajana vityam ananyam anya nindandi shunya hridayam ipsita sangalabhya Krishnedi Yasya Giridam Manasendriya. So if they have chanted the Krishna's holy name once, they have to be worshipped in our mind. Manasendriyeta. So they should be worshipped in our mind. Then Diksha. Those who have taken Diksha. Dikshesti chet Pranatapischa Vajantam Isha. So Pranata means those who have taken initiation, they have to be paid obeisances. Pranata. Shushushaya Bhajana. Shushusha, you have to do seva to be our devotees. Okay, so this text 5 says about one should mentally honor a devotee who chants the holy name of Krishna. Mentally honor. Okay, this person is chanting at least. And one should offer obeisances to a devotee who have undergone spiritual initiation or diksha. Actually, we should ask for obeisances. And who's engaged in worship of the deity. Okay, so we have to mentally honor a person who have chanting the holy name once. That is self. Then Madhyamadhikaris, we should pay obeisances to a devotee, obeisances to Madhyama because they have taken initiation, Diksha. And one should associate with and faithfully serve the pure devotees who have advanced in undeviated devotional service. That's why when Maharaj comes, any Maharaj, and all these great exalted devotees, senior Vaishnavas, there are pure devotees, we should associate with them. Like any lecture given by any Maharaj, you should run and go to that place. If any Maharaj comes to your temple or nearby place, you should go and take darshan. I should, because sadhu sanga na sarva shastri lava matra sadhu sanga sarvasiti. Like one moment association also, we don't know how it will be. Like it has a lot of changes in us, and we should serve that pure devotee. Whatever small service we get. Like once when Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj came, and his bed sheets had to be changed every day. Not even every day, every time. Like I think twice a day they changes Maharaj's bed sheets. And it's so much rules, like you have to put Dettol and then so many things because Maharaj was prone to infection. So for 1 week he was here and we had got lot of Bapu Seva. All Matajis also got service and everybody was like so excited to serve Maharaj because we'll never get that service like Bapu Seva. Okay, so whenever we get Bapu Seva, you should run and do. But Bapu Seva, if not everyone got, at least we should serve the devotees in Vani. Okay. If we don't get Bapu also, no problem. More than that, Bapu is the spiritual master or the pure devotee will be pleased when you serve with the instructions, whatever instructions they have given. Okay, and so that has to be done. And we have to associate and serve those who are being advanced and whose heart is completely devoid of propensity to criticize others. Okay, so these are the 6 ways. This is the ways we should manage with Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttamadhikaris. So this is 6-fold loving reciprocation. Okay, previous verse we saw, and now we are seeing how we should meet them. So Srila Rupa Goswami says we should meet the Vaishnavas in appropriate way. So there are 3 types of devotees, the types of devotees. How is this type divided on? On what basis are Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttamadhikari divided? On what basis?
Mataji, is it faith?
Very good. Faith. Shraddha. So Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama Adhikaris are divided based on faith. Like Kanishta Adhikaris, they have little faith. And if anybody goes and say Krishna is not supreme, Shiva is supreme, they will believe. Yes, because they don't have faith in Krishna. Madhyama Adhikari, they have lot of faith, but they don't have good spiritual references to argue. Okay, they have faith. If someone say Krishna is not supreme personality, they're like, no, Krishna is supreme personality of God. And if somebody say, can you tell some argument? They can't speak up. But Uttama Adhikari, they are firmly fixed that yes, Krishna is the supreme personality. Their faith is so firm, and they can convince others also. They can defeat others also. They have lot of references from Shastras to say Krishna is to Bhagavan Swayam. When you take Bhagavad Gita, it says, Bhoktaram Ichadavasam, or Krishna himself says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. Then Aham Bija Pratapita, Aham Adirhi Devanam, all that things. Matta Paradaram Naniyat. When you go to Bhagavatam, Bhagavatam says, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Ete cham sakalapum sa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indriyari Vaikulam Loke Mritayanti Yuge Yuge. And Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Ekala Ishvara Krishna Arasabditya. He is only, so every references they can quote, multiple quotes. And that's Uttama. So based on faith, these types of devotees are divided. Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama. Now the Kanishta Adhikari is a neophyte who have received, here it is said who have received Harinam initiation, but actually they are not taken Diksha. They have just taken the Harinam. Means they started chanting the holy name. They are trying to chant. See, they are trying to chant the holy name. Okay, so we should respect that person in mind. And Madhyama Adhikari has received spiritual initiation from the spiritual master and is fully engaged in transcendental service. Means they continuously chanting 16 rounds. Kanishtas, they have taken Harinam, but they have not, might be shelter. They have taken shelter, but they have not taken Harinam initiation actually. The Kanishtas they are chanting the holy name, but they have not much faith in on the Lord. But Madhyama Adhikari has received spiritual initiation from the spiritual master, that is Harinam initiation, and even second also comes. And Madhyama Adhikari should be considered midway. And Uttama Adhikari is the highest, who is advanced in devotional service. He's not interested in blaspheming others or anything, and he is a Mahabhagavata, means a perfect Vaishnava. For us, Srila Prabhupada, his disciples are all perfect Vaishnavas, Mahabhagavata they are. Okay, so we should not remain as a Kanishta, we should come to at least Madhyama state, as I said. And what is a Kanishta? Bhagavatam says, Acharyameva hare pujam yashraddha yehate natat bhakteshu janeshu sabakta prakrita smitaha. Acharyam eva hare. They worship only Krishna. They don't worship Prabhupada. In the sense, you've seen, I've seen like initially, my friends, they take Nirjal Ekadashi or Nirjal fasting for Janmashtami. And they don't fast for Prabhupada's appearance or disappearance day. Or any acharyas, it comes, no, they don't fast. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Like, why? No, that's all not so important. Like, because they worship only Krishna. They want only Krishna. They don't want any middle person. They don't want a guru, or they don't respect them or something. This Kanishtas, initially we all were like that. Like, I was not knowing who Prabhupada was. I was not so attached to him. But slowly reading his books, hearing his lectures, we become so attached to Prabhupada. It's like Prabhupada forever is everything for us, because we know how we value. And once you read Leelamrita, you'll never, how do you say, you will surrender to Prabhupada, because that's his life story and biography stating how he struggled to start this movement. So, Acharya Meva Hare. Please mute yourself. Acharya Meva Hare means they worship only Hari. Or Pujam Ya Shraddha, with a lot of faith they will worship. But Natat Bhakteshu Chani, they will not respect the devotees. A person who is very faithfully engaged in worshipping the deity in the temple, but who does not know how to behave towards devotees, that is Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishta. Okay. Now from Kanishta we should go to Madhyama. Madhyama is what? Ishvarata Deneshu, Bali Sheshu, Suja, Prema, Maitri Kripa, Upeksha, Yatkaroti, Samadhyama. Ishvara, that is God, they do Prema, they love God. That Adineshu means to devotees, they do Maitri, that means friendship. Bali Sheshu, innocent, what do? Kripa, mercy. And this is Shucha, to envious, they'll become Upeksha, they'll leave the non-envious. Okay, ignore them. So Madhyama Adhikari, who worship the Lord who is the object of love, make friends with Lord's devotees, and merciful to the ignorant, avoid those who are envious. In this way, they cultivate devotional service. But then, Uttama Adhikari is the one who we should take nice association and respect them and also serve them. Okay. So this is Uttama Adhikari. Who is Uttama Adhikari? Diksha Kale Bhakta Kare Atma Samarpana Se Kale Krishna Tare Kare Atma Sama. At the time of initiation, when a devotee fully surrenders to the service of the Lord, Krishna accepts him as to be as good as he is himself. So Diksha, spiritual initiation, is explained. Diyam Jnana. What is Diksha? Diksha means gradually become disinterested in material enjoyment and gradually become interested in spiritual life. So you'd go to any initiated devotee, initiated devotees, they normally avoid family functions and they don't go for their marriage. Why? Because they can't eat there and they can't, they'll be like odd one out there, and then they try to avoid it because they're disinterested in material enjoyment and they become attached to spiritual life. One devotee I know, she takes leave only for festivals in the temple, like Narasimha Chaturdashi or Janmashtami, Radhashtami. But then any family function comes, it doesn't says that I don't have leave, I don't have leave. But for temple program, everywhere they're there. So because they're so interested in serving the Lord and material enjoyment comes down, that is Diksha actually. And Prabhupada also have seen how American and European disciples are living like that way. Okay, so they become fit. So spiritual initiation means Diyam Jnanam means they give you the spiritual knowledge. Diyam Jnanam, Tat Vijnanam, or knowledge about the Supreme. Tat Vijnanartham sa Guru Eva Abhigachet. Then one is interested in transcendental matter and one should become initiated or Diksha. Okay, Tasmad Guru Prapatyenam Jijnayusu Shreyamuttamam. When one is actually interested in transcendental science, we should approach spiritual master. So this is how we should deal with the devotees. It's a long purport you can read. And the next sloka also talks about how to deal with devotees here. Drishte swabhava jate vapusascha doshe na prakrutatvam iha bhakta jnanasya pashye gangavasam na kalu budbudefena pankir brahma dravatvam apagachari nira dharme. So being situated in his original Krishna conscious position, a pure devotee does not identify with the body. Such a devotee should not be seen from a materialistic point of view. Indeed, one should overlook a devotee having a body born in a low family, a body in a bad complexion, a deformed body, or a diseased or infirm body. According to ordinary vision, such imperfection may seem prominent in the body of a pure devotee. But despite such seeming defects, the body of a pure devotee cannot be polluted. So sometimes we might see a pure devotee suffering from anything, or the body is not improper, but that's not his karma. It's the karma of his disciples coming to him. So a pure devotee will never get polluted. The very important example, very important Bhakti Shastri question is Ganges will never get polluted. You might see, you go to Mayapur, you can see so much froth and so much dirt in the Ganga. You go to Yamuna also, you can see dirty things. Might be there outside, but that is just in material vision. Normally, usually Ganga and Yamuna will not get contaminated. Anytime pure devotees take bath there. So it's exactly like the water of Ganges. Sometimes during the rainy season will be full of bubbles and foams and mud. The Ganges water do not become polluted. Those who are advanced in spiritual understanding will bathe in the Ganges without considering the condition of water. So we were bathing in Yamuna once and it was kind of blackish, the water and the mud and all. So the boatman said, no, you come across Yamuna, there the water is so crystal clear and you can take bath there. Because one is he can get money also taking us to the across, and also he thinks that this water is not good, or he's thinking Yamuna getting polluted. But devotees didn't bother. They took bath there only with the blackish mud because they know that it will not get polluted. Ganges is as good as the Lord, or the Yamuna is also the Lord himself. So it will not get. Similarly, pure devotees are also like that. They will not get polluted. Okay. So here it is said, one may fall down sometimes in some circumstances, but if he is fixed in devotional service, he should be considered saintly. A person engaged in devotional service must be free from material motives. Okay. And so Anyabhilasha Dashunim. So here it is said, the sixth sloka is about how a pure devotee, even though he might look like in the outside bodily concept weak, but then he is not. Once His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj was doing Aarti for Radha Madhav in Mayapur. So whenever Guru Maharaj goes, he takes a big aarti plate and he does, and the disciples also help him to do. And the Maharaj was going on and on and on because he was so involved in worshipping the Lord. He didn't realize it's been a lot of time now. And then what happened? There was tears coming from his eyes. And there was a person, and he was like, this person is not even a devotee. Means just, you know, for yatra, there'll be non-devotees also going for yatra. So that person is like, see this person in a wheelchair and he is not well. He's having a paralysis or something. And he's crying because of all this material bodily conditions. And when Mataji kind of got so angry and she said, how can a pure devotee cry for material things? Maharaj is crying. He is thanking the Lord, or he is crying for the mercy from the Lord to empower him to preach. He is not bothered about his body. And when another god brother of him asked, how are you? He said, in a body, I'm a wreck. Wreck means what? A broken ship, no? Something like which is useless. In a body form, I'm a wreck, but spiritually, I'm very happy. I'm Krishna conscious. So he's really happy. You can make out in his face the bliss he's enjoying. So the tears in the eyes of a pure devotee is not because of material discomfort. It's because of real happiness that's coming from Krishna consciousness. So we should not criticize the bodily defect of a devotee. A devotee have some, we should even not say a white devotee or a black devotee or a foreign devotee, a foreign body, or no. Vaishnavera Kriya, we should not discriminate a Vaishnava based on caste, creed, and all that. Actually, might be a Vaishnava coming from a Shudra family, but then he would have taken Brahmanic initiation and got Brahmanic thread. He is Brahmana, not by Guna Karma Vibhagasha, no, not by birth. It's Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So based on quality and qualification. So we should not criticize the bodily defect of a devotee. It should be overlooked. And what should be taken into account is the spiritual master's main business is to give spiritual knowledge to others. Okay. So pure devotee is always engaged in serving the Lord. The acharyas also are also always serving the Lord. So even though a devotee who's not born of a Brahmana family or a Goswami family, he should not be looked down. No. And we should not be artificially puffed up thinking that, oh, I'm born in a Brahmana family. No. So this become materially puffed up, they will immediately fall down. So that we should not do. Okay. So if we consider the bodily defect of a Vaishnava, then we are committing Vaishnava offense actually. It's a serious offense to the lotus feet of a Vaishnava. It's like Hati Mata, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, it's like a mad elephant offense. What to do? The disaster will just take off our Bhakti Lata beach. And we should be we should be careful of not committing any offense to any Vaishnava. So every devotee should be ready, take instruction from senior Vaishnavas and avoid Vaishnava Aparat. Okay. So you got it, all this. So from next week, we'll see text 7 to 11. So we'll complete it next week. Today, I'll give you open book assessment for the first 4 slokas. Okay, start writing. So 7th sloka is about Krishna's holy name and all being sweet and how we have jaundice. Okay, how we should overcome. 7 to 11 is about the highest stage and conclusion. That we'll see next week. You can post the attendance link, Mataji. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so open book, it can be from the first 4 slokas or the 4th sloka, or we'll see. I think mostly from the 4th sloka because so much to explain and write. So please submit before 12th. Okay, if I give it today, at least by 12th or 13th, you should submit. Why? Because next week, 12th, I'll complete the nectar of instruction, and my 19th or 26th, you might have exam. So should complete open book fast so that you can study for closed book. I share the closed book questions which I got. Maybe we'll take questions from that only this time. Okay.
Mataji, you have posted open book system.
I'll give now.
Okay,
I'll give now itself so that I don't forget. 100 things come to my mind. I don't know what to do, what not to do. And tomorrow we are our new kitchen is getting inaugurated. So we're calling devotees. Okay. Hare Krishna. All mark the attendance. We can close here. Thank you, Aishwarya.
Mataji, how you manage so many things, like so many
I don't manage
classes?
anything. I don't do anything actually. I feel like I'm not doing anything, but that's what it's. I want to say my gratitude towards Sharan Prabhu. Sharan Prabhu have done amazing service for my kids camp. I didn't know what to do, how to start with it, but then he made a wonderful poster, which Namanishta Prabhu also asked who made this poster. So it was amazing poster, and then we took printouts, went to nearby schools and gave it, and many kids, 150 kids came. And Prabhu actually made the certificates also for them. So Haribol and a great service for Prabhu. And even though when he's in office, I kept on disturbing him. And then so many times, but he was so humble. And in the office also, he did a lot of service. Thank you so much, Prabhu. And kids loved the certificates, the printouts. They were like so happy. The kids were very happy getting the certificates. And that happiness, you can't get it from anywhere. So Haribol. So very nice service, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And then, yeah. So Deepti Mataji also, she is managing so much from the English department and the statistics and so many other services, online services Mataji does on. Even though she's busy with her college things, whenever I call, she's ready for any meetings and representing the English department. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. And Aishwarya Mataji, yes, she's posting our Facebook ads and she's updating everything in the Facebook. And she's she's the one who's doing all these online services. Hare Krishna. So I'm just in front, behind all these people are working. So that's why I'm managing so many services. I am not the one in doing anything. I'm just in front, but behind me, all these great devotees are supporting so much. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you, bro. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji.